Hello and welcome to Cupcakes and Crafts. In today's video I'll be showing you how I made these easy cupcake toppers. I used some icing sugar, a rolling pin, a straight edge knife, a little bit of water, a fine tip paintbrush. I've got some food stamps and letter cutters, a cocktail stick and a stitching tool, a black edible pen fondant or food colouring. I have some red food colouring, an assortment of fondant in different colours. I also used a heart cutter and a double-sided circle cutter, a similar size to my cupcake cases. To make the first toppers I used icing sugar, rolling pin, a straight edge knife, my circle cutter, a little bit of water, a stitching tool or a cocktail stick, either a black edible pen or fondant, and I used the edible pen. I have some flesh tone fondant, blue fondant and white fondant. Taking that flesh tone fondant, I just rolled it thin and cut out a circle, flipping that over just to neaten the edges, and rolling out some white fondant to make a rectangle shape, and then tapering it in towards one side so it fits nice, and then attaching it with a little bit of water. Taking the flesh tone fondant and creating 3 little balls, I used the back of the paintbrush to make an indent to create 2 little ears and then a little nose, again attaching them with water. I used a cocktail stick and a stitching tool to create 2 different effects of the face masks. Rolling the white fondant into a thin sausage, I attached it to both sides of the masks at the bottom and the top, ensuring to be wrapped around the ears and just neatening it off with a cocktail stick. Next, rolling out the blue fondant, I cut out a circle and then a moon shape, neatened it off and stuck it to the top part of the face and just trimmed any excess, and finished the topper by adding 2 little black eyes. For these next toppers I have the NHS in letter cutters, and I'll be using the frill side to the circle cutter. After rolling out my white fondant and cutting the topper shape, I then re-rolled the fondant so it would be nice and thin, and cut out my letters, and just using the back of the paintbrush to help ease the letters out from that casing. Next, I rolled out the blue fondant nice and thin and created a long rectangle. And using the back of the paintbrush, I decided to make some cute little indents all the way around that cupcake topper. And using a little bit of water, I attached the blue strip to the white base and cutting it down to size. And again, using a little bit of water to attach the NHS letters. For the next cupcake toppers, I started by rolling out some white fondant and cutting a heart shape, and using my mini letter stamps to spell the word thank, and then just pushing that into the top part of the heart and then making the word you. Using the red edible food colouring and a little bit of water, I painted a long line through the heart and then some little points at the end to finish it. For the last cupcake toppers, I have my rolling pin, circle cutter, water, some different coloured fondant and a small circle cutter. I started by taking some pale blue and cutting out a circle, and then taking some of the coloured fondant, rolling it into thin strips, wrapping it around the small circle cutter and layering up each colour to create a rainbow. I just used a little bit of water to attach the colours to each other and that sharp knife to trim off any excess. Transferring the rainbow onto the pale blue circle, I added some more water and some little white balls of fondant just to neaten up the edge of the rainbow and create some little clouds. Once I'd made all the cupcake toppers, I've left them to the side for 24 hours just to dry out and stiffen up a little bit before I added them to the top of the cupcakes I'd baked. Thank you very much for watching.